Vanessa Barboni Hallik, founder and CEO of Another Tomorrow. Another Tomorrow is an end-to-end sustainable brand with a deep commitment to animal, human, and environmental welfare, as well as transparency and a circular economy. We want to change the concept of luxury. Luxury is and will always be about quality, but we also want luxury to be about information, to be about the story, to be about longevity. We're personalizing transparency by creating a unique digital identity for every single piece of clothing we create that is then turned into its physical form through a QR code on the care content label of every single garment. And this allows a very personalized approach to seeing how the provenance of a garment is actually created. So you can see from the farm all the way up to the moment that the product was manufactured and shipped to our warehouse, every step of the way.
I'm Niall Murphy. I'm CEO and co-founder of EVRYTHNG. We founded EVRYTHNG to connect every consumer product to the World Wide Web. There are over 4 trillion consumer product items made and sold every year in the world, yet answering the basic questions of where something is, who's got it, and what they're doing with it is tremendously difficult.
78% of consumers say it's important for a company to be transparent. And for a long time, it was enough just to say the word. But now what I think customers are actually looking for is the underlying information about how a product is made. And the perfect way to do that is through a digital identity. And it was really through me getting to know everything that I was able to say, this is an incredible technology that can utilize all of this data that we are already capturing and visualize it for the customer. We chose to work with EVRYTHNG because they are incredibly experienced in the apparel space. There was obvious proof of concept that was already in place. We loved that they had already done provenance work in the food sector, which I thought was incredibly unique, and they were both nimble and ready for scale.
Now that we have digital traceability and digital identity technologies that allow us to collect information throughout the life cycle of a product, it's possible to take each event, each component going into a product item, the sourced cotton, for example, or measurement of the practices at an individual factory, capture that information as it occurs and link that to the journey of an individual product item.
EVRYTHNG really brings our sustainability and commitment to transparency to life. In the absence of this ability to digitize a product and convey it in such a personal way to the customer, you risk putting a ton of information on a website that never gets read. So it's absolutely critical to us that we bring this information to life for our customer. It also creates an architecture for us going forward. So by starting out being incredibly transparent, it keeps us honest forever. We set that standard and we'll live by it for the life of the company.
EVRYTHNG is really excited to be working with Another Tomorrow, who are not just a challenger brand, but a values-driven brand that have sustainability at the source of what they do and their value proposition to the consumer. They are producing born digital products that provide the consumer with direct access to the source information of each individual product item. Where was the wool produced? How is it produced? How did it get to them as the consumer? And that transparency is the central plank to their value proposition as a sustainable brand.
We believe that Another Tomorrow is incredibly important for the environmentally conscious consumer because it provides a new credible choice. It provides an avenue for living one's values, and it establishes a proof of concept for the rest of the industry to follow.
Personally, I am really motivated by the idea of using digital intelligence to provide efficiency, but also sustainability to the world's apparel items and the broader space of consumer goods. As a computer scientist, it's bizarre that we don't have basic information about where things are, who's got them, and what they're doing with them. And the ability to bring digital intelligence to every apparel item so that we can answer those basic questions obviously opens up a lot of room for innovation.
Technology is really the foundation of a circular economy. Without that, authentication goes out the window. And I believe that that's totally critical to get all of the various stakeholders on board. If you look at the number of garments that are produced by our society, it's ballooned over the last 15 years. It's roughly doubled. So if we want to move away from that to longer life cycle products, this piece of technology is critical in enabling a circular method of production.
If we want to achieve circularity in the supply chain of the world's apparel items, we can only do that if we've got a massively scalable traceability infrastructure. We have to be able to recover the items that are sold in the first place, resell them, reuse them, reapply them. We can only reapply them if we have information about the content of those items. So I'm very motivated about bringing that level of intelligence to every item and really creating the data infrastructure that supports a much smarter flow of the world's physical goods. I believe that that's going to lead to a much more sustainable planet, and that's a deep driver for me personally.